a pat point. The tune is...
Transpose.
Good, there you go, Ryan. You get a pat point. Transpose. That means we do not play, we play the same tune, but we start on a different note. The intervals within it stay the same. So if I was going to, and what I'm going to ask you to do later is play this tune starting in the Aeolian mode, and then I'm going to ask you to put it into the Dorian mode. So we get an interesting piece. Okay, great. So that's one of the pat points going to Ryan. The second one, we hear a section that's something like... What word describes that type of motion? Think back to wherever you may have done an ABRSM piano exam you might have had to go. If you were ever asked to do a scale like this. No one ever heard that? Close. So if I played it like this would be a normal chromatic scale. That's a good word. Well done for spotting that. Chromatic means I'm playing all the keys on a keyboard going up. That's a chromatic scale. But what would happen? What's the difference between that and, listen carefully, what's the difference between this, which is a normal chromatic scale, and this? Yeah? Not quite? Did you get it, Shihun?
The first one, you're going up at the same pace and you're just playing an octave. But
Yeah.
an octave
And the
chords,
second one?
And the second one, they were both in different octaves, and the first, you play different notes in the scale.
Close. Think more of the direction of it. Daniel? Yeah, so as one hand or one line goes up, the other goes down. And then when the other goes up, the other goes down. There's a name for that in music.
Is it called, do we know?
If you've done this exam, you might have. And
What level?
what level? Yeah. So this is in the piano syllabus, but you get it. It doesn't just happen in scales. Let me find the exact section for you. Bear with me a second. Listen carefully. Okay, listen carefully. So this is the transposition. Let me hear the saxophone make a melody. Now after this next repetition of the melody, we hear this musical device. So you hear one line go up, you hear one line go down before the fourth repetition. Does that make sense? Okay, now that's called contrary motion. The movement of the melodies runs contrary to each other. Just try and say that, contrary motion. Alright, great. So if you ever hear that again in music, that's why it was a bonus pat point. The transposition one, I knew we'd get, but that contrary motion one, I wasn't sure if we would. So try and remember it for next time, because not next lesson, but the lesson after, we're going to do some more listening, and you might well hear some more of that. So remember contrary motion and the thing we talked about. Okay, so let's get back to the practical task. We are going to learn to perform this melody. I'll play it for you using the notes you see there. Switch to the second line. If you want to try it with both hands together, you're more than welcome. Very simple accompaniment pattern. That is, can you see the three words where I've written out next to accompaniment? Which one describes this correctly? Kristen? Good, ostinato is one of them. Do you know what ostinato means in music?
It's like this phrase where, repeat it.
That's exactly right, it's a repeating pattern. So this is just repeating over and over. Which two notes is it repeating? A and E, very good. What's the other correct answer? Bass line. So there's two correct answers out of the three. This is an ostinato and it's a bass line. So you can try both hands together. But I'm interested to see if we can learn the melody. Okay? I'll give us a couple of minutes to do that, and we'll talk about what we do next with it to make it a bit more interesting. 2 minutes, then we'll learn to play. make sure we've got it. Gabriel, do you want to go first for us? You're not quite ready, that's okay. Ryan, do you want to, okay, Gabriel? Was that, oh sorry, I thought you said, okay, Ryan, do you want to go next? Yeah, just a melody. Good. We got an extra little grace note in there. Do you remember the name of That's great. Got an extra. Yeah, Ryan, that was fine. Don't worry. You know, I've never been in a performance that's gone perfectly. And me listening as an audience member, unless I had the score with me, I wouldn't have known that that wasn't supposed to happen. So, a little slip like that, don't think it's a big problem, it really isn't. Okay, so, anyone particularly want to volunteer, girls? Or shall I choose somebody? No, let's, what do we think? Shh. Nobody want to volunteer? No? Okay. Alright, I tell you what, girls, I want to see if someone can be brave. I'm going to ask Daniel to play next. Daniel, have you tried this two-handed? Okay, great. Then I want someone to see if they can be brave enough to volunteer, because I like seeing people volunteer. It's good. Okay, Daniel, off you go. Okay, very good. Well done, very nice. So that's the piece done as it's written on the board. That's great. Girls, come on, let's have somebody volunteering. Who's going to go for it? Kristen, do you want to try it? It's up to you. Okay, listening? Do it. Just next time, have a bit more confidence in yourself, girls. Just have a bit more confidence. Go for things. Okay. So, right. Next step is I'm going to ask you before we do the transposition. I'm going to ask about putting a few chords into this as well. And I've written out the chords that will work nicely on the board here. Have a look. Who can tell me what chord this is? I know you can do that. Does anyone else be able to work out what chord this is? Oh, do you want to just come into the middle then, so you can see the chord bit and so you can come into the middle. So, what chord is this first one I've written on the board? Yeah. A minor is great. How did you know that? Shh. This is the important thing. How did you know which chord this was? Can you explain it? Yeah. So whenever you see a chord written out neatly stacked up like this, with equal gaps in it, the bottom note is always the note of the chord. So in my treble clef, I'm thinking F, A, C, E, second space A, so it's got to be A something. How did I know it's A minor, not A major? Kristen, maybe you can explain it? That's right. If it was A major, we'd need a C sharp. So if you know key signatures, and if you know the chords, Gabriel, do turn around so you can see. Right, good. So we know that that C would need to be a C sharp for it to be A major. So it's A minor, that's great. And it makes sense, doesn't it? Because we're talking about the Aeolian mode, so we're only using the white keys when we start on A. Okay, good. So the next chord, maybe somebody can work out what this is as well. You can tell me, in fact we should all be able to tell me what the note of the chord is, because it's neatly stacked up. What's the bottom note of that chord? Can you tell me? E. What's the bottom note? Can you have E? So it's E something. Do you know if it's E minor or E major? Now you've got a 50% chance of being right, but can you work it out?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh. E.
Minor.
Minor, very good. Was that a guess, or did you know that we need a G sharp for E major?
Bit of both.
That's okay. All right, great. So we should all now be able to tell me what this chord is, because we've already seen the answer to it.
A minor.
A minor, good. Now, think carefully. Look at the notes in this chord, because this chord isn't neatly stacked up anymore, is it? There's an uneven gap here between these two notes. Can you work out what notes are in this chord, work out what notes are in this chord? Maybe you can tell me what it is. Let's just give people a minute to think about this first, Daniel. Can you work out what the notes are? What were the notes in my E minor chord here? Who can tell me what notes I've got? The bottom one's E, the next one G, B. Good. So this is E, G, B. Okay. Then this chord here, G, B, E. G, B, E. G, B, E. Okay? So, it's the same chord, isn't it? It's the same notes. This is E minor again. It's only in first inversion. Now, consider this. On a keyboard, if I play the first two chords, I have to do this. If I play the second two chords, which are the same chords, just spaced slightly differently, it's much easier to play. That's all I've got to do. Instead of having to move and play three completely different notes, I keep the top note the same. So if I use these two chords, it's quite tricky to play the chord. If I use these two, it's actually quite a bit easier. Okay, because the E stays the same, C goes down to B, A goes down to G. So it's quite an easy chord progression to play. Let's see how that works. Kristen, can you play the tune again with the bass line, and I'm just going to fill the chords in? Are you ready? Yeah, if you can. I'm going to fill the chords in the middle, okay? Let's see how we do. 1, 2, 3, and. And that starts to sound like a fuller piece of music, doesn't it? So the next thing I'd like to do is, we're all working with a partner. Girls, can you fit on those group of three there? Okay, all right, good. So I'm just going to ask you to do the same thing again, but this time, listen carefully, this time I want it with the accompaniment. So if it's okay to do it like this, one person plays the tune and one person plays the bass line, it's okay to do it like this. One person plays the tune, one person plays the chords. Or, if we could have one person playing the tune and the other person playing the chords and the bass line together. So we get bum, bum, bum. Sorry, I've got a bit of a sore throat. Bum, bum, so we get the whole piece. If we can, I like it, bass line, chords, and melody. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 or 3 minutes to try and get that together. See if you can make it sound nice, musical, well balanced, and then we'll listen to each other. Ryan just pointed something very. Stop. So what we have is our splitters and adapters. So now we're starting to work together. It's a good idea for us, if we're working in a pair, to take one of these, plug it into the back of the keyboards, plug the headphones into here, and then we can hear ourselves without being disturbed by the others. So can you come and collect the headphones? Sorry? So I'm sure.
so funny.
Honestly,
Right, Ryan, Gabriel, on your side of this. Back and keep. I'm just worried about that one. Slightly Right, Gabriel, sensation. There is a pair over there, but I'll need to get those.
This is so bad.
So, Gabriel, if I ask you to perform this for me now, can you do it? last minute, and we're going to have a listen. Last minute, and we're going to have a listen. Show me what you Okay, well, just write the baseline for now. And then, can I talk to you? So, I don't know where the... So where's the... Okay, so do you know which spaces, children's spaces, thanks. So if I have them here, I don't have this one I made on the keyboard. So the keyboard, it's A minor, and then for E minor, the E stays the same, and the two notes down on top. So that's all I'm doing. First, are we looking somewhere else? Okay, so now, let's just make sure we've got our headphones off and are ready to listen. And let's, so, go on, Chris, can you help me start us off?